Oh man, it's lovely. This wine is called Dark Matter. It's one of my favorite wines. Really beautiful, textural type of wine, if you will. I actually got a complaint in the last video with that. Someone saying that I forgot to drink my wine. Normally when I do these walkthroughs, I get super enthusiastic and I forget about time and space. But today I'm gonna make a promise. I'll drink this whole glass before the video is done. So follow it as I do the live improv with our new Emotional Guitars Rhythms volume, which is the third in our Emotional Guitars collection. You might remember that Emotional Guitars actually contains 3 different libraries. We began the journey with our pads volume, these very paddy, rhythmic type of emotional guitars. Then we also have a multi-sample volume, again spread across 32 different human emotions where you can play multi-samples in each of those emotions with all the guitars. But in this video today, we're only going to be listening to the rhythmic element of this giant collection. We have 32 different human emotions. Again, it's the exact same concept as the other ones, but purely designed on textual, rhythmic, BPM sync type of elements. You can do a lot of creative stuff with these things. Again, when you have 32 different human emotions, there's a lot of different material that just works in different types of contexts. And that's sort of the crux with this whole idea of emotional guitars. We wanted to make a vast collection that really helps improve the workflow when you're in the DAW, when you're sitting and don't really want to pick up a guitar and just plug it in and find the right effects and get, time is wasted. And sometimes we just need stuff right off the keys. So this has been a long dream of mine. It's been about 2 years to get this collection together. So now I can just immediately find the type of emotional feel I want for the guitars. And again, with 3 different volumes covering pads, multi-samples, and rhythms, we're virtually covering everything that can be done in the realm of deep sampling. I just love knowing that I never have to go back to this, that there's so much content that there's no reason to ever revisit this concept. We've been there and done that. So yeah, cheers, let's work our way down this glass. And there is peace forever. This is just a positive sound. As you notice, everything is in the same key on the keyboard. So that's one of the great things about the architecture behind the library. It's not just that you have 32 emotions, but everything is laid out in the same key. Right, let's move over here to Admiration. So what I did there was to take the Admirations patch here and then go into our modulation interface and start the gate function. The gate just allows you to get these sort of volume ducking, pumping kind of motions to the sound. You can set whatever rate you want here. You can set the intensity and then what kind of rhythm you want down here. Let me just right click on this guy here and put it to my automation here on my mod wheel. Hi there. So that's my wine camera right down there. So you can see how much gate you're getting here and fully control it. So just a quick example, you can see I'm totally randomly hitting keys here. I'm not like thinking really. And let's say you kind of like this feel here, but you want to try it on another motion. Let me move on here and try it on Aggressiveness. And it's sweet because with these things, they're just all controllable on the keys. Just assign it to whatever controller you want, and you got full tempo, sync, DAW control over the sound here. Let's take the same kind of nastiness and move into anger. Right, a much more beautiful emotion in the form of anticipation. And in stark contrast, boredom. And another weird contrast from boredom to contempt. Let's move on to distraction. I gotta remember to drink my wine here. That's what we got the wine cam for as well. And thank you, by the way, whoever wrote in that last video that I was not drinking my wine, thank you for that comment. It made me a better alcoholic. Let's get out of the dark realm of emotions from A to D and move into E, starting with Ecstasy. And fear. All right, let's take this sound here, which has sort of a singular quality to it. I'm gonna click the stretch button, and all of a sudden it's fully playable on the keys. And straight into Loathing. Yeah, sounds like my teenage years. All right, let's move into Love. Right, so sometimes it just works right on the keys. Yeah, let me try to stretch this one here. You can also offset it here if you want to go a little deeper into the sample, let's move on to Optimism here. Pensiveness. And it's cool, you might be noticing that it's actually following the tempo as well. That's one of the magical things about the library. You don't just get these scattered rhythms, it all syncs. So it's one of the wonders of Contact. We can now allow everything to be tempo synced so you don't get scattered rhythms, fully playable. Let's try that on Rage as well. And moving into Sadness. And there's so many delicious emotions in the library. Like if you listen to this one here, it's just beautiful. Let me try to stretch that one as well. Now that was sweet. Let's move on here to Serenity. All right, and let's wrap it up here with Vigilance on the very last one. But before we do that, let me just quickly show you the multitude of options that you have inside of the user interface. We have a step-based sequencer here that allows you to arpeggiate sequences if you want to do that. Or you can also change the pattern of it. So if you want up, down, or down, up, or another variations like zigzaggy. That's just me holding down the sustain pedal to create these textures. So you can go like, and then, so it allows you to create more patty, unique textures out of it. On top of that, we also have our effects section here. This is a 4-part modulation matrix. You can choose any effect you want and assign them in an XY sort of matrix. And you can right click on the intensity button here as well, and assign it to any CC you want. So if you want full control, you can do it that way. We also have this modulation matrix that I showed you. This also allows you to differentiate the speed. So you can go from half to double speed as well. You also have a very delicate, more detailed speed control down here. You got the gate, tuning functions. You can also control the stereo image of the files here as well. And on top of that, and I didn't show this in this video, but I'm showing it in the other videos, you can actually stack different emotions together. So you can create these very vast kind of like super emotions. So you can see that just 4 random keys stacking 4 different emotions together. It just works. All right, let's go from the 4 stack super emotions and just wrap it up here with Vigilance.